CruisePlanners JBR presents Cruise Ship for Rookies.
Hey everybody, how are you doing today? Guess what? Here in Michigan it's gotten a little bit cold again. My name is Jerry Roach. I'm the owner of CruisePlanners JBR, here with my very good friend Danny Coyle. You all know us from Facebook. And we've been asked by some people, followers of ours and mine, both my personal Facebook page and our page, got a lot of questions, and so we thought this would be a great opportunity for us to get together and let me answer some of those questions for you. We're going to kind of call this like the travel rookie question segments. There are going to be a lot of different segments, but let's start off with some questions that you first-timers might have. And Danny's going to kind of lead the question part of it, and I'm going to answer it. So let's get the ball started.
Okay. Okay, Jerry. What's the name of your business again?
CruisePlanners JBR.
And can you tell us about why you got into this business?
Yeah, actually, it's kind of a neat little story. I've been in the travel industry for over 15 years. In one form or another. It all started with these 3 books. A lot of you people that follow me already know about these things. These are called the Ultimate Guide Series to Michigan Lighthouses. And so we traveled all over the state. I self-published these books, and I actually give a good portion of the proceeds from these books to lighthouse preservation groups. Though once we got into the travel part of it, where I was doing tours to the Michigan lighthouses and things like that, Barb and I decided that let's expand, let's go bigger. And so we started on Lighthouse of the World book, and it didn't take long to figure out that cruises went to islands in the Caribbean and there was lighthouses. So for several years we actually booked our trips on cruises through a travel agent. And then one year when we went to an island where we knew they had 4 lighthouses, there weren't any tours to it. And so we made our own little tour, got a hold of some people and made the tour ourselves. And shortly after that, the lady, her name is Julie Orvanda, she is my boss and she actually owns the franchise, called me up and asked me, why don't you come to work for me? You know how to do all this stuff. And so that's how that whole thing got started.
And I guess the first thing is somebody's going to ask you, why should I go with you?
Well, again, I've been in the travel industry for probably well over 15 years now. I have a lot of certifications. This little card right here, this is my CLIA card. And that stands for a Cruise Line Industry Association. So lots of schools, about a week ago I posted a certificate from Royal Caribbean. I'm an expert with Royal Caribbean. I've done all the classes that Carnival offers. I've done almost everything that Disney offers. So yeah, 90% of my business is cruises, but I do all-inclusives, Disney, Universal, that kind of thing too. That's important to know. So I've done had a lot of training in every aspect of travel. I'm better at some things than I am at others. I'm considered an expert in Alaska, send a lot of people to Alaska, and the Caribbean, do a lot there. Mm-hmm. But one of the reasons for joining the Cruise Planners organization is, if I don't know it, somebody else in the organization does. So rather than calling an 800 number or going on a website, you have an entire organization to back you up.
Let me begin with, too, I've known Jerry since we were 5 years old, since kindergarten.
Yeah.
We were neighbors, and we grew up. And I can honestly say one thing about Jerry. He is a very honest person, and he's not out to scam you or anything. I mean, I trust this guy implicitly.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
CruisePlanners JBR. Mm-hmm. Do you just strictly do cruises?
Not at all. No, like I said a little earlier, it's about 90% of the business. Mm-hmm. But all-inclusive resorts in the Caribbean and Mexico, and Universal and Disney, they make up the other probably 10%. And bus tours here in Michigan, I still do those. Still do a lot of bus tours.
Now, somebody's going to ask or say to you, okay, why should I go with you when I can go online and I can see the same rate or for a lot cheaper?
The same type of cruise?
Yes.
Well, first of all, that's not the right price. That's called a lead-in price. And I get that all the time, unfortunately. I wish they didn't do it, but they do. That first price that you see when you go to a website is what they call a lead-in price. That doesn't include port fees. It doesn't include taxes. And there's a lot of different things. If you're a rookie, and I'm affectionately calling you a rookie, getting into the travel, want to go on your ultimate vacation. You saved up for years for your ultimate vacation. You want to make sure that somebody's got your back. So if you go to a website or you call the 800 number, you're going to get whatever, they're going to tell you your price and that's going to be it. Are you going to be able to get a hold of them again? Probably not. You're not, definitely not with a website. And if the chances of you getting the same 800 operator is slim to none.
You're right.
Okay, so keep that in mind. I get that a lot. I'll quote somebody a price, and I get a tremendous amount of business from Facebook. Thanks, everybody. Matter of fact, just a really quick story about that. My boss lives in Bell Rico, Florida, and one time I booked a person on a cruise that lived right in her city.
All right.
So the internet is amazing. Thank God I can deal with people all over the place. But that's the key right there, okay? The 800 number website, you're going to get what they give you.
So, would you say then, from the price that they're saying, there's the hidden fee?
Yeah, that's what they call the lead-in rate, and it's unfortunate. I've actually had people ask me about that. Hey, give me a price for a cruise in March. Well, we're going to touch on that in a second too, but you're going to get, okay, inside cabin starting. You ever watch those commercials? Starting at.
Oh, right.
Starting at. Look at the little fine prints at the bottom, but it's not there very fast. And that's exactly correct. Because it doesn't include anything but the base price for one particular cabin or stateroom where you're going to stay on that cruise line. And there might be 8 different types of categories in that same stateroom.
Is like the airfare covered too in these?
Not usually, except for groups. I'm going to tell you a little bit about that too. It doesn't matter who it is, what cruise or airline it happens to be. They never will post a price until 11 months after the date that you want to go. Okay, so you're going on, let's say for a cruise, for example, and you're going to go next May. Well, you can't even get a price for that yet.
Right, right.
Okay, so that's never listed if you go to our Facebook page or mine or CruisePlanners JBR. You'll see in the event descriptions, it usually says airfare not included unless we set the group up later, because I don't know. I don't know what that is yet. And frankly, the airlines are still living in the 19th century. With their technology, they have it available, but they don't use it because they want to control how many flights go out. And yeah, I'll probably get some flack over this, but that keeps the flight cost up, right? Okay? So, and matter of fact, they don't even pay us to do it anymore, to make arrangements for them. So if it's an individual booking, I will find the price for you, but if I do it for you, I'm going to charge because they don't pay me. So I will just give you the link and say, go do it yourself and save you some money. Right. I'm not out to make a killing off this. Not at all.
Right. What extra benefits do I get from you? I mean, as far as on ship and all that.
Well, if it's a group and there's at least 8 cabins or more, I usually go. So that means that you have, first of all, the guy that you booked that cruise with is right there with you if you have a problem. I can go to the group coordinator on the cruise ship and say, hey, we got an issue, let's take care of this. Even if I'm not with you, here's a little heads up for all of our tech people out there. Download an app called Viber. Now, I have everyone that books with me download this app if you have a smartphone, because you can get a hold of me from anywhere in the world free of charge with this app as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection.
Really, that's something, because I know, like, they've always said about your roaming charges on your phone and
that does not apply with this app.
That's
and
good.
if you just book a family vacation and I'm not with you and you have an issue that comes up, first of all, I encourage you to go to whoever is the representative at either that cruise line or the resort that you're at and see if you can work that out. But if you can't, you got the Viber app, you call me. I'll go to the group person with that organization. I'll say, look, you want my business? You better take care of this for us. So that's one aspect of why to hire me as your guy, because I am the person, I am your advocate, you are my client, and I'll fight for every right that you got.
Then do I get like extra benefits as far as drinks and that type of stuff from you?
Well, not drinks, and so we can go into that a little bit. The benefit portion of it, of course, is I arrange everything for you. Okay, even if I can't get the flight for you, I will refer you to that. But I'll set up all the bookings. I have to ask the right questions, which we actually need to get into that a little bit too. Make the arrangements for you. Transfers from the airport to the ship if you're cruising, or from the airport to the all-inclusive if you're doing a land-based situation. The whole idea for having a guy like me is to just show up and have fun. Let me take care of the dirty work. Let me make all those arrangements. I've been doing it for a long time. I'll do it for you too. However, I will say, they're in a lot of time, even if I don't have a group going on a cruise, I'll bet you somebody in my organization does, and almost always, if we have a group going, you'll get a shipboard credit, which you're never going to get by calling the 800 number. So that's a guarantee. You're going to get at least the $25. If my group people do it, I pay it. One of the other questions is, doesn't it cost a ton of money to hire somebody like me?
Yeah.
No, not at all. Because look, just like the books, I give a lot of the money back to them. I don't care. And this was never done to be rich and famous. And the first time I ever had a book signing, I was embarrassed because I'm just a person. I think I'm kind of humble in a lot of ways. Well, the cruise business is just an opportunity for me to help my friends get to discover the world and do it at a reasonable price.
Help me get that special price?
Yeah.
Or am I locked in at that?
No. If you got any questions about that, go to our CruisePlanners JBR page and ask any of the people that are booked to go on the Alaska cruise what I did. And this is another thing you'll never get by calling the 800 number or the website. They're not going to tell you if a promo comes in.
Right.
That's me. I got to watch that. My entire group had booked the Alaskan cruise over a year ago. A promo come out. I got a hold of them and said, hey, my people need these perks too. Well, we don't know about that. Well, you know what? I'm outside of the cancellation window. I'll just cancel the whole doggone group and put them back in under this promo. So they, well, there you go. We had a little bit of a hiccup there. Anyways, yes, to answer, so it's never short. But yeah, if a promo comes out, if you have a group or if it's an individual booking even, and it's better than what you booked under, that's why you have me to watch your back to get you the best deal.
That's pretty good because they're not going to care.
No, they don't. Not once you make the booking through the company. They got your money. They don't care.
Exactly. It's going to cost some money if they did tell you.
Mm-hmm.